Hello everyone, today I'll be making a mushroom stew over noodles. I purchased these noodles for this dish, but you can also serve this with over rice or anything else you might like. So to begin with the ingredients, I have 1 large onion diced, 4 cloves of garlic. You'll need tahini. You'll need some soy sauce. I use the less sodium one. Coconut milk, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and I didn't tell you how much I use of each. I need 1 tablespoon of the tahini, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, low sodium, and the whole can of coconut milk, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. The parsley I'll use at the end for garnish. The spices needed are garlic powder, 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/8 teaspoon of cumin, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, and 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I will saute the onions and the garlic, and then I'm gonna, while that's sauteing for 5 minutes, I'll prepare the mushrooms. The mushrooms will not be cut at all. I'll just separate them and just leave them on their own. I'm not gonna cut the mushrooms at all. So I'm gonna begin the process of sauteing the mushrooms and the garlic and the onions, and then I add the mushrooms. And I have a pot of water boiling right now on the stove with a little bit of salt in it for the noodles. So let's begin the process. All right, so the onions are sizzling away with the garlic, and I added 2 tablespoons of oil, sunflower oil again. And here are all the ingredients, all the spices, sorry, not the ingredients. I'm just gonna add them right on top here, like this, just like this. Okay. And I have prepared the mushrooms, and here they are. I just pulled them apart. I did not cut them. You can just take the bottom part off if you don't like it, but here they are. They're all different. I'm gonna let them all these spices kind of get into with the onions and the garlic, and just let this for 5 minutes begin to absorb all the flavors and the spices that I put in. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. The onions, everything's ready for the mushrooms to be added. The water's almost boiling, at a boiling point. I'm going to add a little bit of salt because I want the noodles to cook in the salted water. I'm not going to add any more salt to the meal because we have soy sauce. All right, so I'm going to turn the stove, the heat down a little bit. I want this to cook slowly. I don't want it to cook fast. Although this is a pretty fast meal, there's not a whole lot of ingredients except for the spices that are added. So I'm going to add all my mushrooms, which will reduce down quite a bit. There we go. And I'm going to let this cook for, I would say, about 20 minutes on slow heat. I'll be back. I forgot to mention one thing, is that I added the soy sauce here and the tahini at this point and let everything cook together. Okay, we're back. It's been 15 minutes. It looks like the mushrooms are cooking very good. I don't want them real mushy. I don't like that. So at this point, I'm gonna begin putting my coconut milk because I want that to cook a little bit with the mushrooms. So I'll just empty the can right in here. Clean this off real quick here, off the spoon. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to mix this in. Okay, like that. Everything's coming together. I've also removed, I'm going to call them nests, because they're individual. So I'm using out of the package 6 of them. So my water started to boil, so I'll put this in here. Salted water. Okay, so we'll have both things done at the same time. Take the fork and kind of make room for all of them in here. There we go. They make sure they're under the water, they'll start boiling, and that'll be really nice. Okay, this, as you can see, the milk liquefied more. It's not as solid as you saw it when I took it out. At this point, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to help it thicken a little bit. I don't want it real thick, but I don't want it soupy either. So I want a nice sauce that I can pour on top of my noodles. Or at this point, when I started cooking the noodles, you could have started cooking rice if that's what you prefer, or whatever side dish. Or you can eat it by itself with toasted French bread or anything, or garlic bread, your choice. But I will start putting in the cornstarch right now. Okay, and I'll just put it right on top here and let that cook. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. Oh, about a tablespoon of parsley, and let that cook, and then I'll use a little bit for garnish also. But this is gonna cook now for 15 minutes on low again. I don't want it to stick to the pan, which I don't think it will, but I have it on 4 on my stove, or low, between low and medium. And I'm gonna let this cook, and I'll taste it a little bit later to make sure there's enough salt. And if not, I'll add a little bit of salt if needed. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna turn off my stove for the mushrooms. They are done. I tasted them. They need a little bit of salt, just a little bit, just a tiny bit of salt. I'm gonna pour on top. You don't have to put any more if you don't want it. That's fine. And keep in mind that mushrooms are rich in fiber and antioxidants, and they're a low-calorie food. They're very nutritious. The turmeric that I have put in there is good for your heart and anti-inflammatory. Also very good for you. So all the spices and the nutrients you're getting from this meal is essential, especially now that you're not eating dairy and you're not eating meats. If you're a vegan, or if you're just, this is Lent for you, like it is for us. And then the noodles, they're almost done. Okay, this is the end product of the dish. Mushroom stew over noodles. It is delicious, nutritious, and I hope you like it. I hope you try this recipe. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Have a blessed day, and good luck.